the way to stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad. But I'm past that with an ass back. That's cash when the money fall. I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go. You don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma give back my bad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like who's that window? My window. They say that it's the money. I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gonna make you up like a limbo.
Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is...
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Today, it's an NFC West battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. A lot of people felt Johnson was a little misused during what was a disappointing 2018. 940 yards on the ground, 7 touchdowns. Great for most, but not the season Johnson was. And right away, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have recovered. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Corey Peters slipping in and getting the sack.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call.
It's caught at the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Second down and goal. Wilson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Will Dissly, his first touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. He'll buy some time right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
To throw again on second down. Murray. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Larry Fitzgerald. His third touchdown now on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Bryant tacks on the extra point. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we are tied at 7. This one taken from the 7. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field.
Personal foul.
I'm not sure what this is about.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now it's Carson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Wilson. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Wilson escaping the pressure right. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 29-yard line.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he's able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Metcalf once again the target, but it's going to be second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. To throw is Wilson. Flush to his right. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And that's going to be intercepted. The all-pro corner, Patrick Peterson. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. Suddenly it's first interception, a quick change in the situation here. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just...
And he loses the football a second time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And If I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense now, saying, thanks a lot. You held them to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand for them. He needs to go out now and make up for what he did on the first drive.
And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Carson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for
the Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted. As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on third downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. The numbers a week ago for Johnson. 16 carries, 54 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got his man. It's the tight end play. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. 1st down, Murray. It's complete. It's Fitzgerald. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Murray from midfield. Murray fighting, lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Off the draw, here's Johnson. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
So far, he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit, thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
That's complete to his running back, Grant.
everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Throwing is Wilson, dancing to his left. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
You and I both know most coaches are really fearful about their quarterbacks running with the ball. They don't want them to take that big hit. I don't think they worry about that with Russell Wilson. He's so smart in what he does, and we just saw it there in that scramble.
That's a jet sweep into the hands of Metcalf. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On second down, it's Carson, and the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Wilson forced out to his left. Now he'll pull it down. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
They'll run on first down. Carson. They'll be brought down 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
To throw on second and 6. Wilson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Chandler Jones picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
But when it all comes together and you get the field goal block that's been designed, that's been drawn up, everyone has to feel good about on that side of the ball. How about that one there? To the left side. Knew what they had. That's where they wanted to be. And they got their designated guy turned free.
They begin the drive with Johnson. He spins free. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. That goes for 14 yards. First down, Cardinals.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage just come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Marquise Blair, second-round pick from Utah, there to bat it away. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Murray now on first down. This complete to the tight end, Clay. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big... And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting... Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever...
That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for Seattle. 59 yards. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with a defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off.
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Again on 2nd and 10. It's Wilson. That is caught inside the 5. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
It's just me and you.
Throwing on first down is Murray. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Murray now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Here's Murray. He gets this one to Johnson. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. He hit his first. Now this from 43. The kick by Bryant is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So let's glance at a player's spotlight now with Russell Wilson. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I I think they wanted to be positive with him. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson, they'll run the screen with Carson. And he'll be out right at the 35. 11 yards. Wilson now. Passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. This is Carson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 12. Wilson. It's caught. Block it. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though...
Well, the Cardinals bring pressure, and they get home. It's blocked. Taking it right down Broadway. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. In for the score. And the Cardinals push further out in front.
Partners, you well know every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A reminder coming up tonight, a tough ticket in New Orleans. The Cowboys in town to take on the Saints on Sunday Night Football. And tomorrow night, Charles and I, we go to Pittsburgh. Bengals and Steelers, 2 teams, well, they don't like each other very much. That's well documented. That starts at 8:15 Eastern as we close out the month of September. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down at a 21-yard gain. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They run it with Carson. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. Here's Wilson to throw. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Here's Grant. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Here's Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Josh Gordon, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. So 2nd and goal there from the 1. They go to the air.
And the perfect down to throw the football in this sequence. 2nd down is always kind of the, do they throw it, do they run it? They worked it out to perfection on that one by throwing it into the end zone.
So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. they're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. The first down carry here for Johnson. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Come on now, let's go.
Before this season started, Johnson said this new offensive system would allow him to really be effective in the passing game. He actually likened it to 2016 when he had almost 900 receiving yards. He said one of his goals is to become the third player in league history to hit 1,000 yards rushing and receiving in the same season. They also noted that he's really comfortable in this scheme. It's like his college days at Northern Iowa when he was part of a team that based out of a shotgun with a running quarterback. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 28-yard line.
Again, it's Johnson. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Murray now to throw. And the catch made by Johnson. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he slides to avoid the hit. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a 1st.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now Wilson going to throw again. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And that is going to do it. for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A big play, 3rd and 2. This crowd dying for a stop. Now it's Wilson. He's got Lockett. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk first down. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Wilson eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That was the corner, Robert Alford, with a sack.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Wilson on target there to Moore. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson, escaping the pressure right. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They get the crucial turnover, just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory, and you got to be careful. David Johnson on his way. He's at the 50, 30, 10, touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson, 91 yards. And the Cardinals push further out in front. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the shotgun, Wilson, flush to his right. And this one's incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, trying to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Phillips, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. To throw is Wilson. And he's going to go down again. Corey Peters able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 7 yards there and a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Johnson on the counter. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Hey, let's get this. Check 37.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Murray rolling to his right. He'll run it and avoids the contact by sliding. A heck of an effort there on the scramble leaves him with just 3rd and a yard. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Trey Flowers picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
up. He
trusted
his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
At the 13-yard line.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Turn to a power game to try to get in. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Murray now, 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a 1st down. Threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
Yeah, this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. On 1st down, Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Corey Peters able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. Here's Wilson. Flushed out right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
Watch your slant. Watch your slant. Watch your slant.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Wilson, he's going to, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. David Moore, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Myers connects on the PAT, and that will shave one more off this lead. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And the Cardinals have got it. So that should just about put an end to this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Cardinals, it'll be a 500 start as the wind gets them back.